Alright, hi people, it's Shakes here, and I'm here to do another unboxing for you guys today of Chouriki Sentai Ohranger, the complete series from Shout Factory, which is the fourth season that they've released here in America of Super Sentai. And it's the source material to Power Rangers Zeo, if you couldn't tell from the suits. And just comparing it to the rest of the sets, I think that this set finds a good balance between what came before it. For a lot of the qualms I had with how they presented these in terms of the cover, because if there's anything I could give Shout Factory, it's that this makes complete sense for the pictures used, and I know it's what Toei provides for them to use for promotional stuff. Makes sense, but I feel Toei gave them more of this type of photography work to work with. It would be a lot better, because as you see, the first two had the Rangers unsuited. This had the Sixth Ranger. None of the other ones do. Not even Power Rangers does, for the most part. Outside of Mighty Morphin and Jungle Fury, only the main set of Rangers is on the covers, which could have been a lot better designed. So yeah, and then Kaku Ranger has the Rangers in their suits, morphed and everything, and I find that this is a good balance between these two different designs of them for the cover of them, because it has the Rangers in their suits, but they have their helmets off and they're showing their faces. I think that that's actually particularly really cool to have on here, because it definitely shows the differences between Power Rangers and Super Sentai, and no one's going to be confused at this. So, Shout Factory, if you're watching this and you're listening, try to get more photography work like this, more promotional photos like this, to use for your box art. Have Toei specifically see if they can find stuff like this to use for you guys, because this works excellent. So, yeah. So you have all 5 Rangers on the cover, with Mount Fuji right behind them, and a grass thing right there. You can tell it's photoshopped slightly, because, I don't think all 5 of them were in the same place when this photograph was taken, and if they are, it's weirdly photoshopped. Maybe move him over slightly more, let this guy be moved in slightly, and her, because these two are oddly slanted. If you look at the picture and it's right straight in front of you, these two are oddly slanted to try to fit into the frame. If they all are really standing beside one another in a group shot rather than individual shots, or maybe they were maybe even more spaced out before they had to put this stuff together. But otherwise, really good cover. I really do like how this came out. It's pretty good. Backgrounds are always going to change, but if they can keep finding photos like this in the Toei archives, or Toei photo archives of their shows to use as promotional stuff, this would be pretty freaking good. I would love to see more of this in future releases, and I have a feeling that these are stable enough to warrant more season releases coming out. So, yeah, we'll see though if Car Ranger gets announced. So yeah, and I imagine it will, because I think I've said the same thing in the other ones ever since Die Ranger started coming out. So, yeah. So, before Power Rangers, there was Super Sentai, the Ohranger logo, which, if you notice, has a distinction from, I believe, the other ones? No, that's the standard Super Sentai Japanese logo. Right, makes sense. Just in a slightly different text. And, oh. The tops are different, because that's where it says Chouriki Ohranger or something like that. And then the bottom, or no. The kanji is very different. Or kanji or katakana, whatever it's called. They are slightly different if you look at these really closely. The endings are basically the same, but everything else is different. So, yeah. Super Sentai Ohranger logo. some screenshots from several of the episodes. I forgot that this had a 6th Ranger in it. I completely forgot. King Ranger, which was adapted into the Gold Ranger. Don't know why that name, but whatever. Probably because he had the gold shield and gold outlining for his helmet. But yeah. So the side here, Super Sentai, Chouriki Sentai Ohranger, the complete series right there. 8 DVDs as opposed to the 10 on previous releases, whereas Zyuranger had 50 episodes and so did Dairanger, and Kakuranger had 53. Ohranger has 48 episodes. So yeah, so they fit 6 episodes on each disc rather than 5, which is nice. You know, discs can hold up to 7 episodes at most before you have problems. So yeah. So the back here, this is another good thing as well, because, as I said, kind of mixed results before. Oh wait, it's actually very similar to the Zyuranger back, for the most part, where it has the main 5 of the characters, whereas Dairanger had the main 5 or 6 unmorphed on the back in different poses than the front, and Kakuranger had the Kakure Dice Shogun, I believe, is what they are. Yeah, and I would have had the Megazord that belongs to Kakuranger and Mighty Morphin Season 3. Some box for you guys, the Legacy Megazord, but not getting it until Thursday, so sorry about that. You'll see it in the future, so it won't really matter. But anyways, yeah. Before Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, there was Super Sentai. Shouldn't that say before Power Rangers Zeo, there was Super Sentai? That'd kind of be nice. See where the worldwide phenomenon began with the original Japanese series that inspired the Power Rangers franchise. Description of this. And this was set about 3-4 years into the future from when it aired. And unfortunately, due to circumstances that were out of Toei's control, there was stuff that caused it to switch gears partially, become slightly more lighthearted than the dark setting it was set up with. Unfortunately, you can research more about that if you want. So yeah, so partway through it changes gears slightly, but otherwise I believe Ohranger is a decent series. Almost canceled Super Sentai though as a result, unfortunately. But luckily Car Ranger saved it. But anyways, you have the main 5, or we have the main 5 morphed right there in poses and such like that. 3 more screenshots from some of the episodes. Shout Factory Spawn Brands, DVD, Region 1, NTSC, Dolby Digital, color, not rated, includes fantasy violence and mild language. Aspect ratio is 4:3, 1.33:1. English subtitles, because it's in Japanese. Audio, Japanese Dolby Digital Stereo. Total running time about 16 hours. Producer Brian Ward. Package design Andrew Robinson. Andrew Robinson. Okay, he designed the other ones too, so yeah. Which would make sense. But I have a feeling if he wasn't the designer on the other ones, the future people that they would get would try to emulate this style as best they can. So yeah. But anyways, you see here with several different promotional photos. This one was used for the front. Oh, it looks like maybe they weren't photoshopped. They're just slanted for no reason. The 5 main Rangers. Some of them, some episode stills of them fighting some of the monsters of the week. The Megazord, them facing off against the foot soldiers and everything. So yeah, so here's disc 1. Okay, disc 2, disc 3, and unlike Dairanger, they don't have individualized disc art. So 4, 5, and it's just the cover. Again, sorry. 6, 7, and 8. I would just appreciate maybe some differences there. So yeah, as you can see, oh, it's on top of a reddened picture of some of them. What is it? Some of them having their weapons out and poses and such like that. It's hard to see right here, but and it's hard to see even off camera. That is sort of what they have right there. So yeah, you have each of the discs episodes, and like I said, 6 episodes per disc, which is nice instead of 5. I would prefer that they have 6 episodes per disc if it would make sense for space reasons, instead of just 5, but it's fine. So yeah, so really not much else to say. Go out and buy this if you're interested. If you want to see where everything else came from, buy the other sets. The other set's about $30 to $40. This set's about $30 to $40, just about, maybe a little bit over 40 at this point, on Amazon. And it's really cool. So yeah, so not really much else to say. Comment, rate, subscribe, go to my channel, go to my second channel, follow my Twitter, link is in the description. Support me on Patreon if you want, link is in the description of that. And I'll talk to you guys more later.